What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the video. Currently at one of my storefront client jobs. This is a $65 job that I'm going to do. And you might be thinking, $65, like that's it? Like you're driving out to do a $65 job? Well, usually this job would be about $45, but it's a little bit outside of my driving range. And anytime I have to drive more than 15 miles, 10 to 15 miles, I add a $20 driving fee just because, gas costs money. And that's a driving fee I think is reasonable if you're driving outside your service range. So this is a $65 job. And I like these. The reason why this particular job is a valuable account is because it's very frequent. It's every 4 weeks. And this client, I take care of 2 of her locations. So the fact that is every 4 weeks, it's $65. That's $780 a year from just this one account, this one location. So the smaller jobs, $40 to $65, it's easy to sort of think, oh, they're not worth it. They're low ticket, which they are. They're low ticket. But if you could get them on a frequency plan, you're cleaning them every 4 weeks consistently, and you could lock down some of those in a particular area and bust them out, then that is a valuable account because you could just knock out jobs back to back to back. And yeah, so you'll see how fast I take care of this job. I'm gonna go get my equipment, get ready, and I will take you along. So let's get to it. And real quick, if you want to learn exactly how I built my storefront window cleaning route, check out the storefront window cleaning blueprint below. And if you want more hands-on help with accountability and weekly coaching from me, you can also join the storefront window cleaning Skool community. Both are linked below. All right, let's get back to the job. So I'll tell you the story of how I got this client. So I've had this client for about a year now, and this is actually the second location that I cleaned for her. I acquired her first location, another location somewhere else, initially from doing a walk-in pitch. So I walked into her business establishment and I gave her my pitch. I let her know, hey, I take care of the business next to you because I do take care of a gym right next to her other location. And there's 2-3 businesses in that plaza next to him. So I went and I pitched her business. And I let her know I take care of the business next to her. We take care of them on a recurring basis. I'd love to take care of your business as well. Make sure your glass always stays clean and presentable. And she was interested. She wanted the quote, so I left her a quote. And it actually took some time for me to land her as a client. It took about 2 months until she finally scheduled the cleaning, wanted it done. But I followed up every 3 to 4 weeks. I would check in with her, and it took 2 to 3 months. So that is why following up is very critical. If I would have quit after the first time, or if she never called, I would have not gained this client, and I would have not had this 2-location account. So that also goes to show the importance of following up is crucial because business owners are busy. They're not window cleaning is not always top of mind, but if you remind them and they recognize the value of, especially businesses like this, because this is like a coding school, so a lot of parents come here, they bring their kids. They want the place looking good. They want the place looking taken care of because their clientele is paying top dollar to send their kids to this place. So they want the location looking presentable. So that's the story of how I got the first location. And then a few months after cleaning that location, she let me know about her second location, which is this location. And usually this job would be more like $40, $45 to do, but I charge $65 because it was a little bit outside of my service range. And if you have to drive outside your service range more than 10, 15 miles, I like to add a driving fee, $20 driving fee. That's just what I do because gas is an expense. And as long as you explain that to them, there is a driving fee for driving outside your service range. It usually is not an issue. So that explains why this particular job is $65. So with this job and the other one's $50. That one's a lot closer to where I am in my service range. The yearly account value of these two locations is $1,380, $1,380 for two location account. So, and again, this is every 4 weeks being cleaned. So these little jobs, don't always neglect them, especially when they're frequent. When you frame them and you sell them in a frequency plan, they can add up and they do have value in your route. So quick tip there. Another thing is people like to dog on storefront window cleaning, talk down about it because it is low ticket. But the thing about it, like I already stated earlier, is that it's recurring. If you can sell it as a frequency plan to your clients, then it is a great thing. It creates a great, stable, recurring income stream for your business. So the small accounts, like I'm all for going after bigger accounts, the bigger restaurant chains, the dental offices, the dance studios, the medical offices, the corporate offices. Those, for the most part, tend to be, $150 to $300 per cleaning. But these jobs, the $40, the $50 jobs, the $60 jobs, people sleep on them. People sleep on them because they think it's not worth their time. They think that it's too low ticket. It's, you got to drive all around for it. But again, it's how you really organize your route, and it's how frequent you are servicing the jobs. If I was to clean this job once every 6 months, it wouldn't really be worth it. It wouldn't be worth driving out to clean because it's just too infrequent and too low a price. But since it's very frequent, it's every 4 weeks, then you can stack these smaller accounts. When you stack 10, 20 of these smaller ones and you organize it in your route so you bust them out in an efficient manner, your workday becomes so smooth, so easy. Like this job literally took me to do the inside and outside about 17 minutes. So $65 in 17 minutes. It's a pretty good hourly rate. And if you could acquire, say, 2 to 5 of these in a particular area when you go and service them, your hourly rate is going up even more because you're busting through jobs, and the jobs are very simple. You can see here, the cleaning is straightforward. I'm touching up the glass, I'm touching up the frames lightly, especially the edges, and that's it. Super simple, super fast, and you get paid quickly. Like this particular client pays through Zelle, but that way I don't have to wait for any payments. I'll make a video more about how to ensure the payment process goes smooth and simple, how to communicate that to your client so that you get paid conveniently and efficiently. You don't have to chase down collecting payments. So, but yeah, man, frequency, recurring service. This is really my favorite aspect of storefront window cleaning. When you get these recurring accounts, they're sticky. They don't cancel. Like very rarely I'll have these recurring clients churn, which means basically they'll cancel service. It's very, very rare. As long as you do a good job, you show up, you're reliable, you're respectful, you're going to keep the jobs, and you just have to keep adding more of them. And that's pretty much it for this job. Again, this is a $65 recurring storefront account that I service every 4 weeks. And these are the kinds of smaller accounts that can really start to add up when you start building a solid route. So if you want to learn exactly how I built my storefront window cleaning business, check out the Storefront Window Cleaning Blueprint course. That's linked down below. And if you want more hands-on help with weekly coaching calls, accountability, and a community of other people building their own storefront routes, you could join my Skool community that I just created. So both links are in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.